You're listening to KPPD, the station of choice in Chicopee Parish. Now, stop by the shopping center this afternoon. I'll be broadcasting al fresco. That means out of doors for those of you who aren't Latin scholars. There'll be prizes and a battle of the bands, all sponsored by KPPD. Swing on by, meet me in person, and see how good looking I really am. Coming up now, half-hour nonstop music so I can make it over to the shopping center. Let's hope none of these records has a scratch on them because I'm out of here. I'm going to kick things off with one of my personal all-time favorites. See you at the shopping center.
But didn't he scare you to death coming by so late?
Oh, it wasn't that late. About 9:30, I guess.
Still, somebody knocking on my bedroom window after dark would scare the daylights out of me.
Not me. Hope springs eternal, I suppose.
You know, I just think it's awful of Drew to throw his son out of the house. Parents should never throw their children out of the house.
My brother can be a real hothead when he wants to be, but he didn't really throw Marshall out of the house. Marshall just came over to my house while his daddy cooled off. I adore Marshall. We stayed up half the night last night talking.
Well, that's it. Are you ready to see the new Shelby latchery?
I don't know.
Oh, honey, you're going to have to sooner or later. Our world is full of reflective surfaces.
I can't believe I'm getting so worked up over something as silly as a haircut.
You look precious.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. It's so weird.
Oh, I did what you wanted, didn't I, honey?
Oh, yes, I didn't mean... of course, you did a beautiful job. I've never had short hair, that's all.
Well, this is what we Cosmo girls call a rite du passage.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm being so ridiculous.
Oh, it's okay, honey. Oh, please don't. Please don't cry because you know I will too. I have a strict philosophy that no one cries alone in my presence.
Ladies, please, remind me never to take these two to see Dark Victory. They would never survive.
Enough. I love my hair.
Phew. My artistic nature is so relieved.
It's very becoming. I guess with that baby of yours, you don't have time to spend hours fussing with your hair. You need something you can just run your fingers through and go.
It's totally adorable. Your mother is going to love it.
Oh, Mama's going to freak out. She just thinks I'm getting a trim. I wasn't up for a big debate with her this morning. Oh, now, Truvy, let's do my nails.
Well, this is a treat. No one around here ever wants a manicure. I don't even know what to charge for a full day of beauty.
I want the works. I want to feel completely pampered. Mama's gonna want a manicure too.
Well, I am going to paint my front door red and change my name to Elizabeth Arden.
Manicures, saucy new hairdos, what's going on?
We're always up to something, you know that. But I want to get back to this Drew and Belle nonsense. I hope they reconcile with Marshall. Speaking as a parent, they better get their act together. I do not approve of friction between parents and children.
Oh, I think it'll all blow over. I must admit, he did go about it the wrong way.
What did he do?
He marched in unexpected from Los Angeles while Drew and Belle were preparing for the annual McMillan Shrimp Bowl. Marshall, without even so much as a hello, says, "Mama and Daddy, I have something to tell you. I have a brain tumor. I have 3 months to live." Well, naturally, Drew and Belle became hysterical. And then Marshall says, "Hey, folks, I'm just kidding. I'm only gay."
That was his idea of breaking the news gently?
Well, Drew became incredibly distraught and started throwing wet shrimp at him, screaming at him to get out of his sight. So Marshall came to my house smelling like a can of cat food.
Well, what do you think Drew and Belle are feeling right now?
Oh, I don't know. They have considered themselves to be a model family for so long. First, with Nancy Beth dethroned from her Miss Merry Christmas title. After that unfortunate motel thing.
Oh, what motel thing? I don't live here anymore, remember?
Nancy Beth was discovered in a nearby motel with a high political official.
They were both high. They've been smoking everything but their shoes.
To be the only Miss Merry Christmas in history discovered with her tinsel down around her knees, it was a very humiliating experience for the McMillan family.
How do you feel about Marshall?
I haven't really thought about it, but I want you to know he is always welcome at my house. I am very proud of him. He built up that entire chain of sportswear stores all by himself without a penny of family money. He always says, I'm a self-made man. I pull myself up by my own jockstrap.
He could always turn a phrase.
Amen.
Amen. Annelle, we're almost out of...
Oh, is it still next to
No, hon, it's over the...
Oh, okay.
Was she praying?
Yes.
Why?
Got me? Maybe she was praying for Drew and Belle and Marshall. Maybe she was praying for us because we were gossiping. Maybe she was praying because the elastic is shot in her pantyhose. Who knows? She prays at the drop of a hat these days.
How long has she been this way?
Oh, ever since Mardi Gras. She had the choice of going to a Bible weekend with her Sunday school class or to New Orleans with me and 2 other sinners. She left that Friday a pleasant, well-adjusted young lady, and she came back on Tuesday a Christian.
What does her boyfriend say?
Oh, Sammy's so confused. He doesn't know whether to scratch his watch or wind his butt. He's crazy about her. He says he could deal with another man in her life, but he has a problem with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Well, I'm pretty religious, but that stuff makes me feel kind of creepy.
Well, I'm torn. I've got 2 sons that I'm afraid are going to hell in a handcart, and I've got a semi-daughter that strives to be the kind of girl Jesus would bring home to Mama. I don't know what to think. I don't understand those people, but they do sometimes seem to have a peace about things that I've never had. Maybe I'm just jealous.
Is so thoughtful. He brought me this pin. It's gold and enamel.
It's a bug.
It's fine jewelry. It's little eyes of rubies, my birthstone.
Does Marshall have friends?
Oh, we talked about that a little bit. I'm such a nosy old thing. I asked him how he met people. Because back in my day, you could tell by the man's demeanor what side his bread was buttered on. But in this day and age, who knows? So I asked Marshall, how can you tell? And he said, all gay men have track lighting. And all gay men are named Mark, Rick, or Steve. He's such a nut. Track lighting.
Morning.
Morning, Ouiser.
What's so funny?
Miss Clairee was just telling us the true story of track lighting.
I love mine. It highlights my new artwork.
Since when did you have track lighting?
About 3 weeks. It's in my foyer and up the stairs. It was my grandson's idea.
I haven't seen him in ages. How is he?
Steve's fine. I brought you all some tomatoes, first of the season. I didn't expect to see you here, Shelby.
Well, I'm here.
Well, have some tomatoes. Take them back home with you. I have plenty. Boy, your hair is short. Oh, looks good.
Thanks, Miss Ouiser. Jack Jr. loves tomatoes. He smears them on the cafe curtains in the kitchen.
Your mama says you've become an incredible gourmet cook.
I try. When we first married, all Jackson wanted was meat and potatoes and vegetables, just the way his mama made them, cooked to mush. But I've broken him of that. I even got some pate down him last week. He swore it was dog food. Well, Jack Jr. loved it, though.
Clairee, how many tomatoes do you want? Tomatoes have no calories and are full of things.
Ouiser, you're almost chipper today. Why are you in such a good mood? Did you run over a small child or something?
Do you or do you not want tomatoes?
Don't give me all of them.
Well, somebody's got to take them. I hate them. I try never to eat healthy food if I can help it. The sooner this body wears out, the better off I'll be. I have enough trouble getting grease in my diet.
Then why do you grow them?
I'm an old Southern woman. We're supposed to put on funny-looking hats and ugly old dresses and grow vegetables in the dirt. Don't ask me why. I didn't make the rules.
You should get some gloves. Your hands look like a couple of T-bone steaks.
Health is the most important thing, Miss Ouiser. Trust me on this.
And while I have everyone's attention, this morning I went down to my mailbox and found that someone has put me on the mailing list for the Riverview Baptist Church. Lucky me, I am now getting chain letters for Christ.
They're not chain letters. They're part of my prayer group's Reach Out and Touch project. We were each supposed to write somebody in the community that we thought might be in spiritual trouble and invite them to worship. I guess you made everybody's list.
I think it is in the worst possible taste to pray for perfect strangers.
Reach out to Ouiser and you'll pull back a bloody stump. Shelby, I just realized you saved me a phone call. Next Friday, Sis Orell and I are driving up to Monroe, and we would like to take you and Jackson to dinner if we may.
I can't Friday night. I'm sorry. What's the occasion?
This is going to sound silly, but we are coming up to go to the little theater. We have tickets to a play.
I didn't know you went to see anything that didn't have a goal post at either end.
Well, up until now, I haven't. But Sis and I were talking at Bridge the other day, and we decided we needed to keep up. We wanted to find something to expose ourselves to, gives us a little more culture. And that's not easy to come by in this neck of the woods.
Just exactly what are you exposing yourself to?
Oh, I don't know. Something. The last thing we saw there was pretty good. I was a little apprehensive, but it was Shakespeare. And you know what? When you get right down to it, he writes pretty straightforward stuff. I have to admit, when they get behind the curtain, put those little masks over their faces to fool people, that got kind of silly. Sis fell for it, but I didn't.
Sis Orell is so dumb, she thinks Sherlock Holmes is a subdivision.
Well, Sis and I enjoyed it so much, we are planning a theater trip to New York.
New York? Oh, Clairee, promise me you'll go to the first floor of Bloomingdale's and come back and tell me everything. Woman's Day says it is impossible to walk through there and not get made up.
We're just talking. I'm scared to death to get on a plane.
Oh, it's a piece of cake. You're safer flying than you are in a car. Just sit in the rear. That's the best place to survive the crash.
Miss Ouiser, why don't you go to Monroe with Miss Clairee?
I'm not exposing myself to anything.
You should broaden your horizons.
You broaden your horizons your way, I'll broaden my horizons mine. I have plans next Friday. I'm going to Shreveport to get my colors done.
Your what?
I'm going to have my colors done. I'm going to find out if I'm a summer, spring, fall, or winter. It's a present from Owen.
What are you talking about?
Every person has a particular coloring, summer, spring, and so on. You determine what season you are, then you know what colors look best on you. Then you're given a sample of all the colors in your palette. It's most helpful when shopping for clothes. It gives you fashion courage.
That is the stupidest thing I have ever heard of.
It's all the rage.
A lot of my friends in Monroe have had it done.
There's a quiz on that very topic in that family circle right over there. I am the epitome of winter.
Shelby, why did you have it done? You're so fashion conscious.
No, I'm scared too. I might find out that pink is not in my palette, and I'm not sure I could live with that.
Well, I have heard it all. I am going to the theater, and I am going to support the arts in our area.
And I am going to write a check. I will support the arts. I just don't want to have to see it.
It wouldn't hairlip you, you know.
Let's get one thing straight. I don't see plays because I can nap at home for free. I don't see movies because they're all trash and full of naked people. And I don't read books because if they're any good, they'll be made into a miniseries.
I'm surprised you and Daddy don't get along any better than you do. Oh, Miss Ouiser, how are things with Owen? I try to check up on you, but I haven't been able to lately.
They're all right. I enjoy his company on occasion.
I can report that the Sherwood florist delivery truck stops by her house at least twice a week.
He knows I like fresh flowers.
And I can report that there's a strange car parked in her garage at least once a week.
There, my secret is out. I'm having an affair with a Mercedes-Benz.
Ouiser, forgive me, but I have been dying to ask this. Are you and Owen, you know?
Oh, wait. Let me get a mental picture of this. Oh,
A dirty mind is a terrible thing to waste. Not that it's anyone's business, but no, we are friends. He would like more, and I'm dealing with that. But I'm old and set in my ways.
You are playing hard to get.
at her age, she should be playing beat the clock. She's just like her old dog, both having trouble with their new tricks.
No talking trash in my shop.
I can't help it if men find me desirable.
Shelby, when are you going to bring that baby of yours by?
Oh, I brought a picture of him. Let me show you.
Has he gained any weight?
Oh, he's about 15 pounds now.
God, he's a tiny thing.
Well, he only weighed 1.5 pounds when he was born, but he'll catch up. Give him time.
Bless his heart. Oh, those were some anxious hours, weren't they? We didn't know who to worry about more, you or that baby.
Well, I certainly wouldn't recommend having a baby 3 months premature.
I get upset just thinking about it.
Then let's don't. Yep, Jack Jr. is a little fighter, and he's going to wear me out. I wish I knew where he gets all that energy.
Don't try to do it all yourself. You get that husband of yours to help. I hear they're helping out this decade.
He helps, I guess. Mama doesn't think he does, but he does. Sometimes, when he thinks about it, which isn't often. Most of the time he doesn't do a damn thing, and every weekend he's off hunting.
Oh, but Jackson certainly is a good provider.
Yes, that's true.
And he'll come around, and when he does, I want you to run, tell me how you accomplished it, and I will get to work on that sofa slug that I'm married to. Which one do you like?
This one's pretty.
Oh, I thought so. Private Passion. It's my favorite. It is luscious without being sleazy. Oh, now, ladies, next Saturday, we have to make some time adjustments. I am going to be here all by my lonesome. Annelle is taking a well-deserved vacation.
That's nice. Are you going on a trip?
Yes, I am.
Well, aren't you going to tell us where you're going?
No.
Please, Neill, I don't know how I'll get through the week without this information.
You'll just make fun.
Oh, Neill, you know I love it when you go on and on about your spiritual growth. I just can't get enough.
She has a nice little trip planned to Camp Crossroads in the Ozarks.
I don't believe I've ever heard of a Camp Crossroads.
It's in the middle of Arkansas. It's a Christian camp. There's just a dining hall, cabins, a chapel, in the middle of the mountains, with a lake. I will spend the week in Bible study, prayer, and meditation here in the middle of nature, surrounded by the beauty of the Lord.
Are there water beds?
Ouiser, leave her alone.
I'm just trying to find out more about Camp Cross-Eyed. I might want to go there.
Camp Cross-Eyed?
You know, I love to do religious things. In fact, when I was in high school, a bunch of my friends and I would dress up like nuns and go bar hopping.
Is your boyfriend going with you?
No, he said he'd rather eat dirt.
I'm going to check up on my granddaughter and make sure she's still going to the Episcopal Church. This born-again process seems awfully tedious.
Miss Ouiser, I don't mean to hurt you by saying this, but I worry about your faith sometimes.
My faith is fine. It's my hair that needs the most work.
Ouiser, one of these days somebody's going to cut the feet out of your stockings.
Ouiser, have you no shame?
Oh, it's all right, Truvy. I love Miss Ouiser. I pray for her every day, sometimes twice.
Morning, everybody. Shelby.
Mama, please don't say anything. I like it. It'll be so much easier to deal with.
Oh, honey, bless your heart.
It'll dry so quickly, all I have to do is run my fingers through it.
The last time you had short hair was kindergarten.
I know. I decided today I'm going to cut my hair all off every 25 years.
I love it. I do.
It's not too perky, is it?
No, it looks great. How are you doing?
Fine, Mama. How are you?
Just fine. I brought you a goodie, but you can open it later.
Well, Lynn, it must be so nice to have your entire family home this weekend.
Well, it's rare indeed, but it has been very nice.
Any special reason?
Just to get together. Last week was our anniversary.
Why didn't you remind me? I would have baked you something. Drum loves my upside-down cake.
Well, we've never made it a major occasion before.
Which one is it?
30th.
Ooh, that's a big one. What is the 30th anniversary?
How do you mean?
Oh, you know, the first anniversary is paper. The 20th is silver. 25th is China. And the 30th is
Valium.
What would Drum say if he heard you say that?
Nothing. He has no idea what Valium is. The man prides himself on never having any tension, which is amazing considering the amount he's created over the years. But listen to me, I gotta stop taking pot shots at Drum all the time. He's a good man. He's crazy, but he's a good man.
He does seem to be behaving himself lately. He was most civil in the Piggly Wiggly yesterday. I was caught off guard and smiled before I could help myself.
The most bizarre thing has happened. Drum and I seem to be rediscovering the things that brought us together in the first place. I don't know if we buried them or became blind to them.
Used to be, the thought of our parents being romantic made me and my brothers sick to our stomachs. But it's actually very sweet. It's been a lovely week.
Every now and then, Drum and I seem to find these moments of magic. I don't know. I don't know if I'm lucky to have what I have or lucky to know what I have.
That's too deep for me. I have to go get my tires rotated.
Miss Ouiser?
Malin, maybe you could write a romance novel based on your recent experiences. I could help you with the dirty parts.
No one would believe it. Shelby, look a little pale, honey.
I'm fine, Mama. How are you?
Well, ladies, if you're out and about this afternoon, come by the Dixie Plaza Shopping Center. The radio station is sponsoring a summer fiesta, and we will have lots of prizes and a live band. They call themselves Single Bullet Theory.
Oh, Shelby, what have you done to yourself?
Oh, it doesn't hurt.
Oh, what have you been doing? Malin, have you seen this?
Yes, I have.
The doctors have been trying to strengthen my veins. They're in terrible shape.
It looks like you've been driving nails into your arms. What's going on here?
Shall we tell them, Mama?
I guess so. There's no need to keep it a secret any longer. Shelby has been driving nails into her arms.
What? What are you talking about?
Not funny.
It's just my dialysis.
What?
Dialysis is when you...
I know what it is.
Oh, honey, just tell us what's going on.
It's not any big thing. Well, no big thing. Don't look at me like that.
Well, how long have you been doing this dialysis?
A couple of months.
Mary Lynn Edenton, I am without words. What have I not been told?
There was no point. Sometimes you don't want to talk about things.
What would have been the point? There's nothing you could do.
We could have done something.
I can't believe you haven't said anything. This is selfish. This is very selfish of you.
Hold it. You're all talking like this is something.
This isn't something?
Having Jack Jr. put too much strain on my kidneys and now they're kaput. That's all. The doctor said this would probably happen.
That's all. That's all, she says.
I'm responding beautifully to dialysis. Do I look bad?
Oh, no, you look beautiful, honey.
Well, maybe you'll tell us what's going to happen then.
Will you do this dialysis forever?
Well, I could, I suppose, but that's not real convenient when you're trying to keep up with a 15-month-old ball of fire. So I'll just have a kidney transplant and I'll be fine.
Is it that easy?
Sure, they do them all the time in Shreveport, 3 or 4 a week.
They do. Our Sunday school class was praying for one just the other day.
But the hard part is finding the kidney, isn't it?
I saw something about it on the news. It was very dramatic. These medical teams fly all over the place with hearts and kidneys and who knows what else. But you know what impressed me the most? They carry those organs in beer coolers.
What? What are you talking about?
I would not lie in a moment as serious as this. Those doctors toss out those 6-packs, put in some dry ice and a heart, and get on the plane.
She's right.
But you never know when one's going to pop up, do you?
No, I'm registered on the nationwide transplant computer.
How long do you have to wait?
There are people at my dialysis that have been waiting for years.
Oh, that must be agony.
It is. But I'm lucky. I no longer have to wait. Mama's gonna give me one of her kidneys.
When?
We check in tomorrow morning.
You're giving Shelby a kidney tomorrow and you haven't even mentioned it?
Truvy, please do my hair. I'm in a bit of a rush.
I never thought there'd ever be a time that I'd be at a loss for words, but I think this is it.
Why didn't you tell us?
We just told you. We haven't known that long. We were all just tested last week, and I was the closest match.
What do you mean match?
There are 4 categories for an organ match, and I matched the best.
Categories?
Swimsuit, evening gown, talent, and personality interview.
I'm gonna yank you bald-headed smarty.
We are very upset here.
I passed upset a long time ago.
I'm sorry. That's Tommy's joke. I think it's very funny.
Well, no wonder your whole family's in town.
I'm just relieved it's me. The boys are young. I wouldn't want them to go through it, and who'd want one of Drum's mean old organs? But, no, But the best news about this is that after all the tests and stuff, I have discovered that I have the constitution of someone 10 years younger. How about that?
But it must be so painful.
Not really for me. My operation's simple. Mama's is awful. They basically have to saw her in half to get the kidney. It's major surgery for her.
They have to saw you in half?
They do it on Circus of the Stars all the time.
That's not funny.
This is no laughing matter.
Trust me, Miss Clairee, there have been more than enough tears.
It'll make my waist smaller. They have to take out my bottom ribs to get my kidney out.
Well, Cher did have her ribs removed to make her waist smaller.
Please, that woman is out of her mind.
Look, Shelby, I know earlier today I said I'd be glad when this body wore out. I didn't mean that. You know better than to pay any attention to anything I say.
Oh, Miss Ouiser, forget it.
But I'm such a terrible person.
Oh, you're not, Ouiser. You'd give your dog a kidney if he needed one.
Absolutely.
But you two seem so calm and collected.
I'm happy. Look at the opportunity I have. Most mothers only get the chance to give their child life once. I get the chance to do it twice. I think it's neat. Shelby needs her health to chase after that rambunctious kid of hers. I have 2 kidneys. I only need 1. I'm just glad we're getting it over with before it gets too hot.
Ain't that the truth?
I'm going to postpone my vacation a day so I can sit with your husband during the operation. I can run and get Coca-Colas and things.
Oh, that's sweet of you, but don't change your plans.
We'll make sure that Drum has enough food.
Yes, you must put your house out of your mind. We will take care of everything.
I appreciate that, and I know Drum does too.
McMillan, you are brave. You are brave.
Shelby, if I didn't know any better, I wouldn't think that you've been sick a day in your life.
That is the biggest compliment anyone has ever paid me.
Poor Shelby.
Well, don't say that. I have my baby. I'm very happy. If this is a part of the price that I have to pay, then I have to pay it. I can deal with that. Now, if I'm not mistaken, someone has a present to open.
Is it for me?
Only if you can wear a size 4.
I can take it in.
Oh, Mama, would you?
Sure. Just a little something I picked up. It was on sale, truthfully.
Ladies, do I look fabulous or what?
God bless you, Shelby.
You are going to be the sassiest girl in that hospital.
Oh, what about me?
You ladies better come visit us.
I'll be sitting right by your side when you wake up. You too, McMillan. I'll manage it somehow.
And I'll keep Drum calm during the operation.
We're in such good hands. Mama, you're going to be a while, so I'm going back to the house and spend some time with Daddy.
Good. Drum is not taking this very well. He gets so emotional over the least little thing.
Oh, Truvy, this is probably going to gross you out, but could I have my hair? Oh, is that too repulsive?
No, people do it all the time.
I had it for so long, I guess it represents an error or something.
Oh, no, honey, your nails. I'll put it in a box and give it to your mama.
I love you all. Oh, Miss Clairee, would you do something for me?
Of course.
Next time you see Drew and Belle, I know they're upset about Marshall and all, but tell them that I said that that's the most disturbing thing that's ever happened to them. They should just get over it.
I'll tell them today.
Truvy,
Yeah?
why isn't my radio playing?
Cold late nights so long ago when I was not so strong, you know. Pretty man came to me, never seen eyes so blue. You know I could not run away, it seemed. We'd seen each other in a dream. Seemed like he knew me, he looked right through me. Yeah. Come on home, girl, he said with a smile. You don't have to love me yet, let's get high a while. But try to understand, try to understand. I'm a magic man. Winter nights we sang in tune, played inside the one saloon. Never think never let this spell last forever. Well, summer lover past a fall, tried to realize it all. Mama says she's worried, growing up in a hurry. Yeah. Come on home, girl, Mama cried on the phone. Too soon to lose my baby, yet my girl should be at home. But try to understand, try to understand. He's a magic man, Mama. He's a magic man.
Proud of our Devils on their 14th straight victory, and if they keep playing like this, the Devils might just have another state championship to call their own. That final playoff score again, 27-6. There's no new word on the lawsuit brought by the Reverend Q.T. Bennett against the Chicopee Parish Board of Education. The Reverend, who is pastor of the Riverview Baptist Church, has filed suit charging that the use of the devil as a mascot for our high school team encourages satanic behavior in the youth of our community. When reached for comment about the Reverend's lawsuit, Devils head coach Waddy Thibodeau said, and I quote, "Tell him to go to hell."
Oh, honey, you know I would if I could, but I just can't today. I could squeeze you in first thing Monday. Sure, fine. I'll see you then, Susan.
My personal congratulations to Waynetta Bench of 134 Debbie Jean Drive. She's the winner of the Halloween sweepstakes sponsored in part by KPPD and McMillan Mills. Ms. Bench wins a all-expense-paid weekend in Baton Rouge and a year's supply of plywood from McMillan Mills, the finest plywood money can buy. If you're going out today, bundle up. We'll be doing good to get to 39 degrees. Last night was the coldest Halloween since 1948. I'm not used to this Arctic weather.
39 degrees, you were right, Truvy.
Oh, it's too cold for this time of year. I'm going to write a letter.
I don't like it one bit. I turn blue when it gets this cold, and blue is not in my palette.
Anne Boleyn had 6 fingers.
Who's Anne Boleyn?
Anne Boleyn. She was one of the 6 wives of Henry VIII.
Oh, I never watch public television.
She had 6 fingers.
What happened to the other 4?
She had 11 total.
Are you trying to confuse me? What are you talking about?
This article said she had 6 fingers on one hand. So she had all her dresses made so the sleeves came down to her fingertips so she wouldn't look weird.
Oh, Reader's Digest is a font of useful information.
Clairee, I just love my scarf. You are so thoughtful. It really jazzes up this outfit.
The only thing that separates us from the animals is our ability to accessorize.
I want to spray just a little bit more of my French perfume. I love it so much. Oh, I love it when the scent just fills the air.
Oh, honey, don't waste it. That stuff ain't cheap.
Save it, honey. We're going to have to burn our clothes as it is.
I'm just so touched you remembered us.
Oh, I had a ball shopping. I don't care what anybody says. The French people are very friendly. And most of them had the courtesy to speak English.
And I love Ouisers, too. I may want to borrow that sometime.
You're welcome to it.
You don't like it, do you?
It's perfect for me. A print this busy will never show dog hair.
My feet are like 2 blocks of ice.
This tastes like it was made in a rubber tire.
Annelle, remember to get that new thing for the Mr. Coffee, hon.
Have any of you seen her yet this morning?
I haven't. I went directly to the house as soon as I got in. Only the boys were there.
Do you think she'll come by?
I doubt it. I'm sure her hair is the farthest thing from her mind.
Oh, who knows what's on her mind? And she might need something, and I wanted to be here for her.
I'm glad you decided to stay open today.
How are the boys?
As well as can be expected.
My husband and I are going to take some barbecue over there later.
I've never seen so much food.
Oh, you can never have enough at times like these. My husband's back at the apartment cooking up a storm. He's convinced that his red beans and rice will make everybody feel better.
Well, he may be right. That's why we call it soul food. I'm going to have to get his recipe.
Oh, well, you have to ask him. Sammy runs me out of the kitchen whenever he starts cooking. He's afraid he's going to hit me in the stomach with a spatula.
When are you moving, Annelle?
Next month.
You had to bring it up. I can't stand it she's moving away now that I'm about to be a semi-grandmother.
It's just down the street, Truvy. A hop, skip, and a jump. That apartment is so squunched that Sammy and I have to step outside to change our minds. But you're toying with me, aren't you?
A little bit. Not a lot. I guess it's just me and the old man now.
Truvy, be thankful. You'd miss him if he were gone.
You know, last night, he actually got up off the couch and said, "Let's go out to eat." Well, after I came to. I said, "What's the matter?" I thought Deputy Dog had been preempted. Well, then he told me he's got a good chance of doing the electrical contracting down at the new college library.
Oh, that's great.
Wonderful.
I'm not supposed to tell anybody.
Wonderful.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Clairee. Welcome home. How was Paris?
Perfectly beautiful. I ate too much. I I brought you something pretty.
Oh, you shouldn't have. Don't turn off Shelby's radio. I like the noise.
There's special programming down at the station today. I had Jonathan go down and pull some music that Shelby would have liked. They're playing it until noon.
He told me. I think you're going to be surprised at some of the stuff you hear.
It's okay. It's for Shelby.
McMillan, just tell us, what can we do?
Oh, thank you. Truvy, do you think you could work a little magic? I know I look like 10 miles of dirt road.
Let me get my wand and my fairy dust. How are you doing, honey?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm a little worried about Drum. The boys got in last night, so I really don't know how they're doing. And Jackson is Jackson. He's got his hands full with Jack Jr., and I will admit it's hard to be somber with a baby running around.
McMillan, I'm beside myself. Wasn't Shelby fine when I left? Can you talk about it?
Oh, sure. Basically, after the transplant failed, she went back on dialysis. You knew that. She'd been doing fine the last few months, but last Monday, everything seemed to go wrong. It was like dominoes. They thought they could correct things with a little surgery. As they wheeled her down, she said, "Mama, I'm gonna feel so good when this is over." Then they gave her the anesthetic.
In a way, she was right. Maybe she knew she was going to be with her king.
Yes, Annelle, maybe so.
We should be rejoicing.
You go right ahead. I wish I could feel that way. I guess I'm a little selfish. I'd rather have her here.
Miss McMillan, I don't mean to upset you by saying that. It's just when something like this happens, I pray very hard to make heads or tails of it. And I think in Shelby's case, she wanted to take care of that baby, of you, well, of everybody she knew. But her poor body was just worn out. It wouldn't let her do all the things that she wanted to do. So she went to a place where she could be a guardian angel. She will always be young, and she will always be beautiful. And I personally feel so much safer knowing that she's up there on my side. I know that some people may think that that sounds real simple and stupid, and maybe I am, but that's how I get through things like this.
Thank you, Annelle. I appreciate that. And that's a very good idea. As you know, Shelby would not want us mired down and wallow in this. She would look at it as one of life's occurrences. We should deal with it the best way we know how and get on with it. That's what my mind tells me. I wish somebody would explain that to my heart.
Oh, Tommy said you didn't leave her side.
Well, I wasn't in the mood to play bridge. It's interesting. Both the boys' births were very difficult. Very difficult. I almost died when Jonathan was born. Very difficult. But Shelby was a breeze. I could have gone home that afternoon I had her. I kept thinking about that while I was sitting next to Shelby while she was in the coma. I worked her legs and her arms to keep the circulation going. I told the ICU nurses we were doing our Jane Fonda. I stayed there, and I just kept pushing, like I always have where Shelby was concerned. I kept hoping she'd sit up and argue with me. But finally, we all realized there was no hope. At that point, I panicked. I was very afraid I would not survive the next few minutes when they turned off the machines. Drum couldn't take it. He left. Jackson couldn't take it. He left. I found that amusing. Men are supposed to be made of steel or something. But I could not leave. I just sat there, holding Shelby's hand, while the sounds got softer and the beeps got farther apart, until all was quiet. There was no noise, no tremble, just peace. I realized as a woman how lucky I was. I was there when this wonderful person drifted into my life, and I was there when she drifted out. It was the most precious moment in my life thus far.
Oh, honey, I don't know how your insides are doing, but your hair is holding up beautifully. All it needs is a lick and a promise. Did you have it done in Shreveport?
No, I did it myself.
Hold it, Missy. I don't want to hear that kind of talk.
Doing my own hair was so odd. I didn't know about the back.
You did a lovely job. I just had to smooth out the rough spots. In fact, I'm going to be looking for some temporary help when Annelle goes on maternity leave. You interested?
It's just that with everything that was going on, I didn't know if I'd have the time or feel like coming here. But this morning, I wanted to come here more than anything. Isn't that silly?
No.
Last night, I went into Shelby's closet to get something. And guess what I found? All of our Christmas presents stacked up and wrapped with her own two hands. I'd better go.
Oh, honey, check the back.
Well, it's perfect as usual. You know, Shelby was right. It does kind of look like a blonde football helmet.
Oh, honey, sit right back down. Do you feel all right?
Yes, I feel fine. I feel great. I could jog to Texas and back, but my daughter can't. She never could. I'm so mad, I don't know what to do. I want to know why. I want to know why Shelby's life is over. How will that baby ever understand what a wonderful mother she was? Will he ever understand what she went through for him? I don't understand. Lord, I wish I could. It's not supposed to happen this way. I'm supposed to go first. I've always been ready to go first. I can't stand this. I just want to hit somebody until they hurt as bad as I do. I just want to hit something and hit it hard.
Here! Hit this! Go ahead, McMillan. Slap her!
Are you crazy?
Hit her!
Are you high?
Clairee, have you lost your mind?
We can sell t-shirts saying, I slapped Ouiser Boots home. Hit her!
Truvy, dial 911.
Don't let her beauty stand in your way. Hit her!
Miss Clairee, enough.
Hush, Clairee.
Ouiser, this is your chance to help your fellow man. Knock her lights out, McMillan.
Clairee, you're going to piss God off if you're not careful.
Let go of me.
Well, McMillan, you just missed a the chance of a lifetime. Most of Chickapin parents would get their eye teeth to get a whack at Ouiser.
You are a pig from hell.
Okay, all right. Hit me then. I deserve it.
Whatever would we do without Claire's own special brand of humor?
Clairee, you are evil and you must be destroyed.
Darling, Mother Nature will take care of that faster than you can. Things were just getting entirely too serious there for a moment. I'm sorry, McMillan. We are all entitled to our sorrow.
That was very funny, Clairee.
I have to admit that I laughed, even if that wasn't a very Christian thing to do, Miss Clairee.
Annelle, honey, you're going to have to lighten up.
My husband says the exact same thing.
I bet Lloyd got a kick out of that.
Well, Lloyd did get a lot of enjoyment at my expense when he was alive.
Oh, McMillan, you know how much Lloyd adored Shelby. I know he's up there now showing her around, fixing her speeding tickets.
Shelby was always crazy about Lloyd.
She worshipped the quicksand he walked on. I'm sure when she got up there, he was so happy to see a familiar face. He was a Louisiana politician. And we don't know many people who went to heaven.
Clairee!
Oh, Ouiser, you know I love you more than my luggage.
You are too twisted for color TV.
Thank you.
Well, now that you two have made up, we had better let this woman go. She has to pull herself together, and she cannot be a pillar of strength with eye makeup running down her neck.
Go on out there, Miss McMillan. We'll all be fine.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gone on the way I did. I made everybody cry.
Oh, don't be silly. Laughter through tears is my favorite emotion.
Well, maybe it was about time I had an emotional outburst. Maybe I'll start having them at home more often. Drum will be so pleased. I'm so glad I came by. Shelby would have had such a good time here this morning.
I'm sure she did.
Malin, please tell your family, especially Drum, that they have been in my prayers. Yes, Annelle, I pray. There, I said it. I hope you're satisfied.
I have suspected this all along.
But don't you go trying to get me to come to your church to one of those tent revival meetings with all those Bible beaters doing God only knows what. They'd probably make me eat a live chicken.
Not on your first visit.
Very good, Annelle. Spoken like a true smartass.
Oh, Malin, Owen wanted me to tell you that you have been in his thoughts.
But I didn't think that you and Owen were...
Well, he's coming up Monday to take me to Shelby's service. That girl would do anything to get us together.
I'd better go.
McMillan, you promise you'll call if you need anything, you hear?
Oh, and if you can't get her, call me.
Call me. I have call waiting. I just got it.
I will.
Miss McMillan, I don't know if this is the right time or the place, but I just wanted to let you know that Sammy and I decided that if this is a girl, we wanted to name it Shelby, since she was the reason that we met in the first place. Oh, if you don't mind.
Mind. Shelby would love it. And I'm tickled pink. Pink.
What will you name it if it's a boy?
Shelby, I guess.
And that's the way it should be. Life goes on.
Oh, McMillan, honey, I know it hurts, but it'll get better. And if you feel like taking a whack at something, you just come on over and hit on me. I won't break.
I may take you up on that. You have no idea how wonderful you are.
Oh, of course we do.